All right, thanks for joining me. So I'm gonna make this video. I think everyone knows by now if you watch any of the videos, any of my uploads, that Dungeon Crusade. I'm a huge fan. It's one of my favorite games of all time. Easily my favorite dungeon crawl game. But there are some things that this video is gonna be kind of weird. It's kind of my gripes or things I don't like. Not overall with the game or system, but just things that I would 100% change. To be honest with you, I think they should actually be changed in the rule book. But anyway, the reason why I'm making this video is, if you buy the game or you've been playing for a little bit and there might be a couple things you don't like or things you like, or I just kind of my suggestions where I think this is, I don't think this is even an argument. I think this should be changed, bar none. But to be clear, the game was designed, and the designer Roger Daring has mentioned hundreds and hundreds of times, play the way you want. He doesn't care. If you take something out, if you don't like traps, take traps out. If you want to move the traps and don't put them over here and start them over here, put them, you do whatever you want. The modularity of this game is incredible. So let's dive in. So this is my this is the first time I've actually ever did a video where I wrote down a couple things that I wanted to go over. This is one of the gripes. So I love this. This is the scenario book, right? And this is going to tell you, if you've seen this, this is how you set up the game. You pick your scenario that you want to play, and then you have, all these things. So basically, here's my issue. The scenario booklet is awesome. I love I love the little text. I love I'm not trying to like dial it down, so I'm not reviewing this game, because eventually I'm going to have to review this game. The problem is it's going to be like 10 videos of like an hour long, and honestly, I don't know if anybody really wants to hear me blabber about it, but I love everything about it. It's perfect, this scenario book. The only thing is, and one of the major things I have is, I know what the designer was doing. At least I think I know what he's doing, to the point where these are all the levers where you can start off and you can pick how difficult you want the game to be. My gripe with this is some of these charts are just comical, and I literally will even say insane. And that's not a disrespect. I'm just saying I kind of understand what Roger was doing, meaning that, for example, let's dive in. The village terror level. So first of all, the Guardian Spawn track, that one's very accurate. That one's fine. I have no beef with that. I think this is very accurate because in the game it counts down. Perfect. Guardians per quest, I think 1, 2, 3 is realistic. If you get to 4, 5, 6, I think this is closer to if you want to play with more heroes, like you're playing with 12 heroes, which I've done that once. It's a huge task. I mean, you're looking at like a 60-hour game, campaign. So anyway, this one I don't think is that bad. The minion population is literally pretty much dead on. This one's money. I love it. Here is my gripe. The raid difficulty at 20, 12, and 10 is realistic. That is very easy. That's normal. 10 is what I play on. 8 is hard. 6 and 4 will literally, it makes the game almost unplayable, meaning the game gets too, everybody is raiding non-stop. Like your monsters, it just seems like you'll find that a lot of the monsters will raid. Sorry, I'll try to stop like shaking this, but you'll find a lot of the monsters will raid. You'll have like 6, 7 minions. When I say monsters, I mean minions, of course. Minions will raid, and you'll end up having like 50, 75% of your minions are raiding. Like it happens very often. I've tried it on 6 and I've tried it on 4, and I had to stop. I didn't stop the campaign, guys. I wouldn't start over. I had to change this to like 8 or 10 because I was like, this is stupid. There's literally like every single turn. So this isn't a huge beef. It's just more of, don't play like that. I like the fact Roger did this. I'm telling you right now, it is horrible. It's just the experience is horrible. 4 is unheard of. 4 is hilarious. 2012. So this one I don't have a huge issue with. But I do have a gripe where I would say I don't like, I should have specified by saying I don't like when things are in rule books that are like unrealistic. Like, yeah, you can do that, but dude, nobody's gonna do that. You're making the game horrible. Here's my number one gripe. This village terror level is so off balanced. The game ends at 12. I am telling you right now, you are never, ever, ever going to start at 9. You're never going to start at 7. And you are literally never going to start at 6. The only time you would start at 6, if you do my house rule, which is during celebration, you can roll a die. And you have to pay for it. It's like 3,000 gold. And I'm still working on the numbers and stuff. But you have to pay for it. And you roll a die like a D3. And that D3, if it's a 1, 2, or 3, you move the terror track back. So you can move the terror track back potentially 6 spaces total. Like, you know, you can do, if you roll a 3, you move it back 3 times in celebration. Then the second celebration, you pay for it again, then you roll. And it's whatever, it's pure luck. So you're going to get 1, 2, or 3. So you can move up to 6. But here's my point. This gripe is, that's a house rule. In the game, there's no way, except for like a random event and stuff, where the terror track's going backwards. It always increases. At 6 is insanity. Literally insanity. And 7 and 9 is a joke. You'll never do this. So that's my biggest gripe, is this village terror level. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, in my opinion. Or 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, even 6 again. I don't know, but I wouldn't go higher than 6. Is already pushing it. If you want to go insanity level 7, but I'm telling you, 9 is a joke. 9 is literally a joke. Okay, so besides that, that's my first gripe that I would say, don't ever play with more than 1 or 3. I start the game at 0 most of the times, but I'll go 1 sometimes, 2, 3 is already very hard. Anything over 3 is, yeah. Okay, I should also add, this is a big thing, is when I'm speaking about this game, I am talking about with all the add-ons. I add all the monster difficulty, and I add the dual monsters in the chamber, dual monsters. I only put 1 of them in each one. So my difficulty that I'm playing is harder. So 6 wouldn't be that bad if you didn't have any of the monster upgrades where the minions and the monsters are harder. The difficulty level is harder. So I should add that. But even with that, 6 with no reset on celebration is ridiculously hard. There's too many random things in this game that for no reason will kill you. So, okay, that's my number 1 gripe. My first thing that I definitely would change. Here's my other thing, is the encounter decks. So I absolutely love the encounter decks. I love the system. I love everything about it. This is not a gripe with the actual cards or anything like that. I love everything about it. My gripe is, in the game, you grab 40 random encounter cards, and some of them are interludes, and you know, they don't always do stuff, is my point. But here's my gripe. My gripe is the counter. This is like a counter in the game, but it's not really, it's like a whatever counter, because there's 40 cards in the game, and then it gets reset in celebration day. You will never, ever, 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 ever use 40 encounters in one level. There's 3 levels in the game. Level 1, where you have 3 quests. Level 2, you have 3 additional quests. And then level 3, 3 additional quests. When you finished all those, you win the game. Between level 1, when you finish, and level 2 and 3, when you finish level 1 and when you level 2, you go to celebration day. The way I modded this game is, the rules are, during celebration day, you reset this. You start another 40. I'm telling you right now, I just finished the game, and I use 50 of these, and I do not reset them. And I love it because I like the timer in the game. Just out of the box, the rules are reset and celebration day, and if you run out, I'm telling you now, you'll never run out. So this comes back to my gripe, where it's like, you have a rule in a game that will never, I'm not even talking about 1 in a million. I'm talking about will literally never, ever hit. Unless you're like not trying to kill the Guardian, and you're sitting around, you're trying to get every chamber, but you're not playing the game. You're literally sitting there waiting, and like, it's almost like, you know, when you walk around like Legend of Zelda and you're just killing guys and you're not even leveling up, at that point you're just doing it for fun. I'm telling you, the way the game is played, and you can mess around. You can go and you can wait on stuff. You can go mining forever, over and over again, and keep mining. Like, you can do stuff in the game. I'm saying, even by doing that, even by sitting back and doing nothing, you will never get to 40 encounters in one level, ever. So, highly, highly recommend. And I would say, if you don't want to do that, and you want to play with the basic rule, then don't even, that rule makes no sense, where the encounter cards, if you run out of encounter cards, you lose. I'm telling you right now, you'll never run out. I recommend playing with 50 of these cards. 50, 55 is like super easy. 45 is hard. 40 is probably insanity. You will lose. I like 45 is hard, and I like 50. I just played a game, finished, and I ended up with like 13 cards. That's with 50 cards. I had 13 left over, and I had a great game, and I didn't put it in really high difficulty, so it was kind of easy. I just like it. I like it. It's a timer. I love the timer aspect of the game. Like I said, I just don't like that number. Makes no sense. So when you do something like that, there is no timer then, because it'll never ever happen. So highly recommend you change that to 50 encounters, 55 if you want to make it less like a timing thing and really, or you're beginning or you're learning the game. I think 45 and 50 is the sweet spot. If you run out of encounters, now you run out of encounters, you lose. And it does not get refreshed in Celebration. So that's my next thing that I would highly recommend. And that one kind of, you can just change it. Or you can play the way, but I'm telling you right now, you will never, and if you say you have, with resetting it, show me the video. There's no way. You're not even close, I'm telling you. First level, I had like 12 encounters. The next level was less, like 9. Like the first level, I'm going to call it age, like age 1 or whatever, is the longest. Second one is shorter, and third is the fastest. And I'll usually go like 12, 9, and maybe like 7 or 8. And add up those numbers. You're not even, most times you're probably not even in the 30s. No, but you will, because you'll lollygag a little bit. Anyway, encounters, highly change that. Change it to 45 or 50, probably 50. If you want, even 55. Over 55, I wouldn't do that. Okay. The next thing is down here. I'm actually going to send this, I'm going to bring this module out. I'm going to upload this module. Basically, these 2 traps. So I love the trap system in the game. There's a tavern card out there. I don't want to get it, but there's a tavern card out there that makes you want to collect the trap cards. I mean, the trap tokens. Then you end up with like 100 gold per. You can't get more than 10. I don't know how many life force you get. But anyway, the trap system, the thing I don't like about that, now I love the trap system. I love everything about it. It's cool. I don't like the dual traps. See how these two traps are back to back? Okay, this makes no sense, because what you're going to do is you're going to go through the first trap, and then you'll never, ever, legit, ever unlock the second trap. So it ends up being one of those things where you pick one. I get it. I understand why it's here. He wants the whole system to be a trap. And you don't want to, you know, I get the system, and I get you don't want to like make another token that's long and stuff. I totally get that. I just don't like it. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, you'll never go through this. Some of them are blocked. See, like this one right here makes a little bit of sense. This is actually a bad example, but let me grab this. I noticed this while I was playing it. But this one makes sense, actually. I'm sorry. Because this one you might want to go here, and the second one you want to go here. But what I'm talking about is, and they're all over the place, whoops, sorry, is this guy. See right here? This one makes no sense. Because you're coming here, once this is open, there's absolutely no reason to unlock this one. So you're pretty much 50-50. It's not a huge deal. Like I said, it's not like, this is not a big deal. And this is something I never noticed until I played the game like a million times. What I do is, once it only works with adjacent traps like this. Once this trap is unlocked, there's another token you put on here, and it ends up being a block. So you cannot go through here. And then once this is unlocked, the second one never blocks. So you just end up being like a block here. So you could put anything here to symbolize you can't go through. Like you could do this. You could do these little icon, these little things. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get these, I'm going to take it a step further, and there's going to be an add-on, like a module, where I'm going to make tokens. And when you flip them over, the token could be like 1 of 5. You know, to get through here, you roll a D3, you lose essence, or you D3, you lose health. But either way, for what I've been doing is I just make it like an actual block, so you can't go through it. So that's kind of a little gripe that I don't like. Like I said, on some parts, on some maps, this stands out. I don't think there's many. There's probably 5 in the whole game, maybe. But anyway, I did want to mention it because it just seems kind of weird. But I understand why it was placed there. I totally get it. Okay. That one's a nitpick. I don't really care about that one. So that's the last gripe I have is something that this is probably why I made the video, is these pick system, the pickaxe. This is literally, this and the terror level, I think, are the ones that really stand out. The encounters, whatever, but I like the timer and I want it in the game. The pickaxe, straight out, this doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I'm very passionate about the game. Roger's way more passionate. Actually, he designed it, of course. This is like his, this is his baby pretty much. So I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying this needs to be reconsidered. It's a bigger deal because the encounter cards are kind of like something you don't really need to do. Like, if there's no timer in the game, it's fine, is my point. But this is part of the game. So basically what happens is every time you mine, you roll a D3, you get your mining, you get whatever. You roll a D3, you get 2, this is pebbles in dirt, but whatever. So you get this, and then after you take that action, you roll a D12. And if it's a 12 on this first one, then this goes down, goes down here. Then if you do it again and you roll, then the next one, then next time you mine, you roll. If it's an 11 or 12, it goes down again. And then if it's a 10 and 12, and this pretty much goes down, and eventually it gets dull. And well, that's the problem, but it gets dull. And then it's, I believe, 100 gold to reshop in it. And when you reshop it, it comes back. I've played this game 300-400 times. I mean, 300-400 hours. It's not even including my expansion, my variant that I made. I've never even moved this thing. This thing has moved down here like once after 400 hours. This system does not work. It's just, think about it. You only mine, I'm very aggressive in the game mining, and you mine maybe 20 times, 15. You're not gonna mine like 400 times. You're gonna mine maybe like realistically 8 to 15 times in the game, maybe 20 if you're pushing it. This is gonna hit 7, 6, 8% of the time, not even 10%. This is going to hit, I don't know, 10, 12%. You see what I'm getting at? The chances of this happening is like literally slim to none. I've never seen this go down. Like, never. I've seen it go down here, I think, once, maybe twice. Like, it's just so rare that would happen. This system needs to be changed. I think it is a very easy change. You know what I've been doing, and I've been trying it, and it works fine, is instead of rolling a D12, same exact system, same thing, everything, roll 3. Just roll 3. You're increasing the chances. It's still, the game's not made where you should be sharpening this every time, but it would be interesting because the concept's there, the art's there, everything's there, it's on the board. It would be nice if you actually had to sharpen your pickaxe. Like, I've never done it, and that's weird to me. I've been doing this. I haven't played it in the full game. I started this like halfway through my last game, and the pickaxe started going down a little bit. It still barely moved. It still barely moved. I think I got it down to like 9 or 12 or 8, 12 on one pickaxe. And maybe that was like maybe 7 or 10 times. But it started moving, and it was cool. It actually was like interesting. And I'll tell you something else. I'm probably going to add this. Probably gonna make like a strategy tip, pro tip guide or something. But mining is huge in this game. It is huge. So this is an easy fix. I don't know if 2 dice makes more sense or 3, but I've been trying 3, and 3 works fine. Even if you hit every single time, you're gonna be able to mine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. You're gonna mine like 6 or 7 times. That's a lot on one pickaxe. And I like that. Change that. I would fight this. This rule is not. If anyone has actually resharpened a pickaxe with the real rules and you really played this game, you didn't just like pretend you played this game, you legit played this game 30, 40 hour campaign or leveled or 25 or blitz mode, maybe 20 hours. I want to meet somebody that sharpened their pickaxe. That's what I'm trying to say. No one, it's literally, you'd have to be the most unluckiest person in the world. Remember, that's just one pickaxe. You can have like 2, 3 heroes running around. You can have all 6 running around with pickaxes. I usually have like 2 or 3. So anyway, easy fix once again. I love this game. I want more people to play it. I want to talk about it. I want to talk about the strategy. This is not a knock. This is more of just, hey, I highly recommend you do these changes. I think you'll like the game a lot. Not a lot better, but I think it improves the game quite a bit. And I think this game, it deserves just retuning and tuning and constant. I know that's what Roger's doing with like blitz mode and the final strike die and reseeding the board, or it's like advanced seeding of the board. I mean, there's so many things. The new combat system, the new expansion is going to be fire. I mean, there's so many things that he just keeps evolving. That the revised rule book is awesome. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope this makes sense. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.